It's your host, Captain Boring, back for a segment that everyone was asking for, but yet no one was asking for. This is your daily 10-minute sport update. And I am your host, Captain Boring. I am filling you in what's going on daily with a quick 10-minute video in the world of sports, trying to just give you a little preview here and there. And I will be covering all sports. So why don't we just jump right in and not dilly-dally around? The Philadelphia 76ers take a 2-0 lead in a best-of-7 game in the best-of-7 series against the Brooklyn Nets with a 96-84 win. James Harden really struggled from the field, only has 8 points. Joel Embiid finished with 20 points, 20 rebounds, but the real story of the game was second-year point guard Tyrese Maxey for the 76ers. He came out and finished with a game high of 34 points. And they are halfway to a sweep of the Brooklyn Nets. The Golden State Warriors find themselves in the exact same situation, except on the other end. They fall down 2-0 to the up-and-coming Sacramento Kings. Light the beam! Star power forward Draymond Green got kicked out of the game in late third quarter for stepping on a Sacramento Kings player. There is history of Draymond Green being a quote-unquote borderline dirty player. Steph Curry led the way for the Warriors with 28, but the story was Domantas Sabonis, who Draymond Green actually stepped on, and star point guard De'Aaron Fox leading the way for the Sacramento Kings, each with 24 apiece. This series will shift to San Francisco, and hopefully the Warriors can even this thing up while they're at home. If not, this could be a very short series for the Sacramento Kings. In other playoff sports news, hockey started their chase for Lord Stanley Cup last night. Carolina Hurricane, a 2-1 winner over the New York Islanders, take a 1-0 lead. Boston beat Florida 3-1. The historic most regular seasons wins by an NHL team, Boston Bruins, beat Florida Panthers 3-1 to take a 1-0 lead. Minnesota needed dose overtimes to beat the Dallas Stars 3-2 to take a 1-0 lead. And then the LA Kings beat the Edmonton Oilers also in overtime by a final score of 4-3. If I'm being completely honest, not much has happened in baseball to report on yet, besides that all the local teams, the Phillies and the Pirates, both are equally as bad. Jumping over to the NFL, some good news followed by some great news, depending on who you are. Bills safety Damar Hamlin is fully cleared to resume full football activities. So we will hopefully see him on the field this fall, following his cardiac arrest in late December of last year in a game against the Cincinnati Bengals. Eagles star quarterback Jalen Hurts gets a massive $255 million contract over 5 years with $179 million guaranteed. Why is that important? 5 years, 5 goes into 25 5 times. That's $50 million a year. That is a new record for an NFL player per season. And then the $79 million guaranteed money is the third most in NFL history. This is great for Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts deserves it. I believe he is the guy for the Philadelphia Eagles. I believe he is one of the new faces of the NFL, and he will be back in more Super Bowls to come, as long as Howie Roseman does not screw up building a roster around him. It is kind of team-friendly over the next 4 years. The cap hits, the money that you have to spend on players isn't great, but over the last 2 years of the contract, it's really not team-friendly. So I'm sure that everyone involved is hoping that they have a good nucleus come around that time, and that the salary cap has gone up enough to compensate for that. This is a big bummer to Lamar Jackson. You wanted some drama, here it is. Lamar Jackson is asking for a fully guaranteed contract. But Lamar Jackson has one playoff win and one MVP, and he wants fully guaranteed money north of $200 million. The guy who was a Super Bowl runner, MVP runner-up in Jalen Hurts, and the overall MVP runner-up this most previous season, did not get fully guaranteed money. This is how things usually have worked in the NFL. Lamar Jackson wants to reset the market. People say that they should let him reset the market. Ravens aren't so sure, so more drama to also follow there. Also in basketball, but this is basketball overseas, China basketball teams were disqualified for match fixing. So that's fun. I guess they were just hoping to get away with it, but China's top basketball league had disqualified 2 teams from the postseason amid allegation for match fixing. The Shanghai Sharks and the Dragons engaged in unsportsmanlike during a playoff series. So they did this in the playoffs. Playoffs? Man, we talking about playoffs. So that is happening overseas in the sports world as well. The NFL draft is coming up at the end of this month, April 27th, 2023. The presumed top 2 overall picks, that would be Bryce Young and CJ Stroud, are expected to go number 1 to the Carolina Panthers and number 2 to the Houston Texans in that order respectively. However, anything really could happen, so stay tuned to this channel to see who goes first overall. Make sure you tune into the podcast. Right now we're doing it bi-weekly, the 4th and 1 podcast, for more information about that. So I'm about 7 minutes in. I'm about 3 minutes short of your daily update, but that's all right. We will be back again tomorrow for more of your daily sports action. Until then, wash your hands, you filthy animals. God bless. Peace out.